Am I the a-hole for not inviting my father who disowned me after learning I wasn't his biological child? So let's get into it, I guess. Almost a decade ago, my dad found out that my mom cheated on him with another guy years ago through my mother's sister. Back then, my mom and aunt weren't on good terms, so she told dad everything. My parents fought over this and dad filed for divorce. We all got DNA tested, and out of 3 children, I was the only one who wasn't his. It felt so bad to know that your dad who raised you for almost 16 years wasn't really your dad. That didn't feel as bad as him kicking me out of his house when I was begging him not to. I wished I could just kick myself when he disowned me. My mom went into a depressive state and would just spend all day in bed and would just get out to use the toilet. My grandparents lived in a different state, but they did everything they could to make our lives better. I needed to come home from school, do all the chores in the house, and tend to my mom and check on her. I did everything that could possibly be done to make sure we lived. I would ask my mom who my real dad was, but all I got was screaming or a hit. My siblings and grandparents from dad's side tried to make things right between me and dad, but he wouldn't budge. Apparently, I was just a reminder that mom cheated on him and nothing else. I remember my 17th birthday when no one remembered that it was my birthday. I cried to the point where I didn't have any tears left. Even when I graduated from high school, only my grandmother came. Why didn't my feelings matter to anyone? Why was I supposed to endure this? After I returned from my graduation, I told mom that I was leaving if she didn't tell me who my real dad is, and this time she did tell me who he was. I met him after finding where he lived. I discovered that I have a half-brother and that my real father was a widower and a doctor. He didn't know that I existed or the fact that mom was married. It took us time, but we built a bond, and he helped to get through college and he walked me down the aisle. He even got mom some help, and I am forever grateful to him. Well, at present time, I 26F was married to my lovely fiancé last week, and I didn't invite my ex-dad to my wedding. He tried to contact me before the wedding, but I don't want anything to do with him. My siblings and grandparents from my ex-dad's side say I am wrong and that he wanted to come and make things right, but I don't want to make things right. He had the right to abandon me, so I have a right to do the same. He isn't my father. He was once upon a time, but not now. I understand that he was hurt, but I was hurt too. Everyone tells me to let go of the grudge, but I just don't want him in my life. And no, I won't give him another chance. My husband understands, but no one else seems to understand what I had to go through to get to where I am now. He cannot just come to my life 9.5 freaking years later and expect things to be alright. Am I the a-hole?
Here are the top comments.
Not the a-hole. And where was the rest of your siblings when you had to do everything for yourself and your graduation, etc.?
Not the a-hole. Tell everyone that you aren't holding a grudge and don't wish him ill, that you're just unwilling to reopen a wound that you've worked so hard to start healing, that you need to remain no contact in order to continue your healing journey, so you wish him peace, but your paths diverged 10 years ago and will never meet again.